Be making basics.
All right, so in this lecture, I'm going to go over some basics of how to set up your Auralex foam or your soundproof foam, okay? Let's say this is your office, right? It doesn't have to be this deep. It could be, shorter than this or whatever. But for the most part, you're going to have 4 different walls that you're going to need to put foam on. As you can see, this is probably going to be where you're going to have your actual setup, your computer, your monitors, your speakers, your microphone. All of that's going to be probably sitting up against this wall. The main thing that you want to make sure that you do is you get even distribution of your paneling, okay? So you want to put a panel here, here, kind of like a checkerboard. If you ever see a checkerboard, you see how you have red squares and black squares. Map up your wall like a checkerboard, basically. Keep it simple. So put the checkerboard right here in the middle, put a checkerboard right here on the left wall and on the right wall, and then do the same on the back wall. It's fairly simple. You want to do that. Now, another thing that you could do to take it to the next level is get what's called bass traps. And what you would do is you can go to Amazon and select bass traps. You can say, if this thing will work, what the heck's going on? All right, I'm gonna say bass trap. These guys right here are known as bass traps because, like, what happens with sound, okay? You can get, like I said, you can get them for cheap. $40. That's not that bad, man, for some professional quality bass traps. What happens with sound is it bounces off these walls. It'll say if you're speaking into the microphone, you're sitting right here and you're speaking into the microphone, that signal is going to bounce off of this wall, and then it's going to bounce back on the back wall, and then it's going to bounce over here. And what it's going to be doing is it's going bouncing all over the place. And what that's going to do is create reverb, right? That's why you have reverb. But so when you have the soundproofing right here in a checkerboard format, right here, and then on the back wall, it's going to trap some of those sound frequencies. It's going to at least trap the sound frequencies bouncing off the walls. But if you think about it, where else could those frequencies be going, or the sound waves be going? The corners, right? So that's what those bass traps are going to be for too. So if you have a budget where you can afford to do the bass traps, definitely put some bass traps up, okay? So you're going to put them in the corner right here, and then the other 2 corners of your room, okay? And again, if you want to check out what a checkerboard looks like, it's really simple. See how this guy looks right here? This is what your foam will be looking like. Boom, 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 boom. You don't have to fill it up this much. It could just be like a small little section just like this, or a bigger section like this. But that's the kind of format you want to use. Sometimes people might also ask, hey, how do I actually install these? There's multiple different ways you could do it. There's soundproofing glue, okay, that you can use. If you actually own the house, then that might be, a good option. You know what I'm saying? This is some glue that you could spray on there, and you can put your soundproofing on there. Now this is mainly what I use. I get some of these different pieces that just basically a double-sided adhesive. It's a transparent adhesive that you can put on there. This search for that. If you put soundproof foam glue, you can get this type of adhesive. This is probably the best bet because you can take this off and it's not going to jack up your walls. Another thing you can do is just actually nail them into the wall. That's what I've done in my studio. I've nailed them, but I've also have done it where I've put the adhesive down. But this is basically what you're going to be doing again if you want to, set up your studio the proper way. All right, put the checkerboard right here, checkerboard right here, and on the back wall, and then put up some bass traps, and you will notice a huge difference in the quality of your audio. Please make sure you do that. All right, so I'll see you in the next lecture. Peace.